Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I am bringing you a very important commentary, because this commentary is all about how to do well when the connection is poor. But before I get into that, I just want to talk about one more thing. I've decided on what my topic for this week's Sunday talk is going to be. It's going to be a Call of Duty based one, because like you guys know, the last 2 weeks I've done one on football and one on just current affairs and general religion. So what I've decided to do this weekend is do a Call of Duty developer comparison for Sunday talk. So it's going to be Treyarch versus Infinity Ward. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to compare the games they've made, and I'm going to make a decision as to which developer I think personally is the best. Now, this isn't as one-sided as you think it is, because a lot of people out there just think Infinity Ward is the best developer. But over the last 4 years, Treyarch have shown massive strides, and Infinity Ward, to be quite honest with you, have plummeted. They have butchered their last 2 Call of Duties. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 was just the biggest noob-tastic, connection riddled. It was just awful. Modern Warfare 2 was awful, and Modern Warfare 3, it's virtually unplayable at the moment for me, because, for example, last night I went on just for about 2 hours, and only about one or two of the games I went into didn't have me lagging horribly. I mean, you can see me lagging in this game, visibly lagging, and when you can see yourself visibly lag, you know the connection is truly abysmal. And it is. Modern Warfare 3's connection is the worst in any online game I have ever played. Just anything. On computer, on console, it's just the worst game for connection ever. So, while it doesn't look like Infinity Ward can be bothered to patch it, I think they'd rather just sit there and count all the money they've made. There are some ways you can try and deal with it. It's not foolproof. There are going to be several times when you just die, and you know for a fact you've shot a guy. You know for a fact if the connection was good, that guy would be watching the kill cam by now. But you get cheated out of the kill through lag compensation or just general bad connection. I mean, for example, that kill there, I put at least 5 or 6 bullets straight through that guy, but because the connection was dodgy, I only got an assist. And you can see this gameplay, you know, examples of this really do stack up, but there are some things you can do. The first thing you should really do is use a high rate of fire weapon, and the PP90M1 with rapid fire, like I'm using now, is the perfect weapon for this, because when you're on a shoddy connection, a lot of bullets get lost on or just through the servers. So when you pull the trigger, what normally happens is the servers will detect the fact you've pulled the trigger. They'll work out where you're aiming, they'll work out where the guy you're aiming at is, and they'll work out where it will hit. Now, most of the time on any normal game that works fine. However, on Modern Warfare 3, for some reason the connection can't cope. So what you have to do is use a high rate of fire weapon. You know, I'm thinking of something. The PP90M1 is perfect. The P90, although the P90 is a tiny bit weak. The M4, you know, weapons like that. Try and stay away from semi-auto weapons as well, because whilst your aim might be great, the connection's going to lose a lot of the bullets. So you want that high rate of fire to compensate for that. Because if you fire 10 rounds at a target and the server loses 5, you'll still have 5 rounds with which you can hope to get the kill. And it's just praying, really, as I get a pretty sweet triple spray there. It's just praying. That's all you can do. When the connection is that bad, you can't countenance for anything. I mean, you can see there, just look how bad the connection is now. I can't even walk around. The connection is that bad. It's just, Infinity Ward promised us, they promised us this game they would get their patches sorted out, and lag compensation has been an issue since day one, and they still haven't fixed it, and it's just really getting on my nerves. And I tweet at Robert Bowling quite regularly to try and stimulate some action in the lazy sloth-like behemoth that is Infinity Ward. But what really annoys me as well is the Infinity Ward fanboys. You know, I tweet at Robert Bowling going, dude, sort your connection out, the game is unplayable, sort it out. And then the fanboys come storming in saying, oh, leave him alone, it's a good game. You know, I think these are the people who go around using Silenced ACR, Assassin and Dead Man's Hand. You know, these are the only people who think this game is perfect. This game should be perfect. It has brilliant primary weapon balance, you know, it has everything you need to make a great FPS, but it's just ruined by the trimmings. And in a game like this, the trimmings are what's important. Just imagine it this way. A chef goes out and makes you a lovely cake. It's perfect in every way, and then he sneezes all over it. Would you eat it? Of course not. It's 90% perfect, but someone's just sneezed all over it, so of course you're not going to eat it. And that is exactly the same principle with Modern Warfare 3. The weapon balance is great. They have some of the most enjoyable maps I've ever played on this. I mean, Downturn is just, it's abhorrent. It's like someone threw up on a piece of paper and they just moved the vomit around to form a map. That's what Downturn's like. But the vast majority of maps are great. You know, there's a really good balance in the primary weapons. The strike packages are really interesting. There's a host of new kill streaks, m.o.a.bs, you know. There's so many things that make this game good. And then the connection is just so bad that it ruins it. And it ruins it for so many people. I mean, I'm not too sure what your experience is on Xbox. But on PS3, every now and again, you just have a session and it's unplayable. And last night was the worst connection I've ever experienced on any console game. And you can see, for example, there, the server just loses where you are and you lag into walls constantly. Now, believe it or not, this was one of my better games connection wise last night. I have some 2 or 3 games saved up where I literally couldn't move for about 2 minutes because I was just lagging into surfaces. So it's just a major problem. But like I said, there are a couple of things that you can do. First and foremost, the most important thing is to run a high rate of fire weapon. You know, I can't emphasize how important that is, because you will notice a difference. If you try and use a weapon like, for example, like the UMP on a dodgy connection, you will die so many times due to basically the game losing your bullets. You will shoot a guy, you will know you've shot the guy, you will see your sights perfectly over him, and the server will get you killed. So a high rate of fire weapon is crucial. Secondly, what I would recommend is a very, very cautious style of playstyle. And I don't mean camping, but what I mean is try and play very objective based. Because when you are lagging this much, you really can't play the kill whore role. Because to play that role, you need to have good gun skill, and when your connection is so bad, it doesn't matter how good your gun skill is, you can't beat players in one-on-one gunfights. It's impossible. So what you've got to do is either try and flank or just defend objectives. Now, what I like to do is try and defend objectives. So you see, I spend a lot of this game in and around A, B and C, just not necessarily right on the objective, but close by, trying to kill people who are getting close. And that is, you know, the only thing you can do really, because it's just awful. The connection is just simply awful. And I really hope Infinity Ward will patch it. But let's just be brutally honest here. They didn't patch Modern Warfare 2, and this has been a problem since day one of Modern Warfare 3, and they haven't patched it. So I sincerely hope Infinity Ward prove me wrong. But it looks like we're just going to have to deal with it. You know, we're just going to have to eat the crap sandwich that Infinity Ward have served up for us here. And hope against hope that it gets better. I mean, I'm so frustrated, and I'm going to talk about this a lot more on Sunday, but I hope you've picked up a few decent tips today. When the connection is this bad, there's really not a lot you can do. A lot of it is just down to pot luck. But if you just use that rate of fire weapon, try and flank the enemy as much as you can, and just try and defend objectives, and hopefully, like I did here, you'll manage to get a decent game. So guys, thanks for watching. I'm so frustrated about the connection, but I'm really going to get it off my chest on Sunday Talk, so I hope you're looking forward to that. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.